Hey, what's going on everyone? John Mango back here again, repping Beyond the Iron. You know what to do. If you haven't yet, you should be subscribed to the channel because I'm dropping weekly fitness content just like I'm meal prepping every damn week, okay? I'm as consistent with uploads as I am with my meal prep. So for that reason, you're gonna get to your fitness goals faster and more enjoyably. So again, subscribe. And today we're gonna talk about basically how to build your own fat loss meal plan, okay? And to be honest, this could go for whatever your goal is. If you wanna gain muscle, same deal. And I'm gonna explain how at the end, how you can adjust all the different variables and all of that. And the reason I wanna make this video, come in real close, I wanna tell you something. Meal plans are dead, okay? That's right. Meal plans are dead. You're hearing it right now. These things have been going around for too long and they're just pointless because they're static and nobody is gonna make long-term progress off a meal plan. Not only that, a lot of people don't actually learn, one, how to build their own, okay? And that's key for you to actually sustain a lifestyle, build habits like this to see results in the future, right? So one, you don't learn how to do it on your own and you really don't understand the fundamentals and the concepts behind it and how to manipulate it going forward. So with that said, let's go on and get started and I'm gonna explain how I've done it myself as well, okay? So the first thing you've gotta do before you build your own meal plan is you need to figure out how many calories you are going to be consuming, okay? Because that is the overarching concept. It's always calories. So you're gonna get your phone, you're gonna download MyFitnessPal, or you're gonna watch this video right here and it's gonna teach you exactly how to do the most accurate way of figuring out your calories for your maintenance. Once you figure out your maintenance, this is where I told you it could be for muscle gain or fat loss, you're going to adjust these calories according to whether or not you're trying to lose fat or build muscle. So if you're trying to lose, you're gonna cut the calories down. I'll give you an example. If I figure out I need 2,000 calories, I decide I'm gonna cut them down to 1,800. So you need this first. This is the base. And if you haven't done this yet, you can watch the rest of the video, but I urge you to go and do this. Figure out the calories, then come back and rewatch this video. But let's continue because I need the watch time, so don't just stay with me. So anyways, with that said, once you figure that out, you've got your base. From here, before you get into what foods you're gonna eat, okay? You need to figure out your macronutrient split. You see, I got a comment, I'll post it right here. Somebody said, isn't 278 grams of carbs bad if you're trying to lose fat? This makes no sense because it's completely individual. So how do you figure out how many carbs are good or bad for you? Well, once you have your calories figured out, then you want to either watch this video or I'll give you a quick summary of it right here. If you want more detail, check that one. Basically, you're going to take 1 gram of protein, you're going to allocate it to how much your body weight is. So in my case, 205, that's how much protein I'm aiming to get. Okay, once you figure out your protein, then 25% as a good baseline, 25% of your total calories should be allocated towards fats. Now that you've got your protein and your fats and your overall total calories, from there, all you gotta do is figure out the rest of your calories, allocate them towards carbs. Okay, so I hope you're following me. And again, if you're not too sure what I mean, just click on the other videos that are linked up there for more detail. Okay, it's a very basic thing. It might sound a little confusing, but trust me, it makes sense. Now we can get into the foods. Okay, so this is how I've come up with these meals. Okay, now yes, a lot of them are similar and I eat a lot of the same meals week to week. That's a big thing right there, is if you want to make your life easier, which is the purpose of this, which is the purpose of a meal plan, okay, then you're going to want to pick foods that you can tolerate and that you can actually have quite often, okay, ideally every day. Now keep in mind, I'm having these foods every day, but these aren't the only foods I'm having every day, okay? So with that said, these foods are the bulk, the foundation of the meal plan. So you gotta start here. Let me give you an example. I've got, again, 2,000 calories, let's just say. I'll use my example. I'm at 3,100 calories, okay? And 3,100 calories, I've got my macros figured out. I've got my protein at 205 grams for my body weight. I've got my fats at 25%, which comes out to roughly 60 to 80 grams, somewhere around there. And I've got my carbs set as the rest, which is actually around 375. Now, I've got all that figured out. Now I choose the foods. I like sweet potato. I like sweet potato. Doesn't mean you gotta have sweet potato. And I like parboiled rice. As you'll notice in these meals, come on in cameraman, we got parboiled rice, we got sweet potato, okay? Now, there's hundreds, maybe not hundreds, but there's a lot of carb sources out there. Japanese sweet potato, regular white potato, russet potato, red potato, brown rice, white rice, long grain, basmati, whatever, okay? There's quinoa, lentils, beans. There's so many different carb sources. You can figure out which one you prefer. So that, again, this is for the bulk of the meal. So we've got 2 carb sources in this case. I recommend 1 to 3 different carb sources. Again, we want to keep things simple. Next is the protein source. I personally chose lean ground turkey and chicken breast. So we got chicken breast here. We got some lean ground turkey over there. And now we've got the protein sources, we've got the carb sources. The fats are mixed in with the proteins, and I'm gonna get into how to hit the rest of your fats later. Next, my personal preference, and what I do also recommend, because you want to make sure you're getting enough veggies per day, is I like to put 1 handful or roughly 1 cup. I just make a big bowl of veggies like this, and I literally just grab them and I toss them in. That's it. I don't track the veggies. Veggies are bonus, they're extra, they're good. Eat your veggies. Now, how do you prep this? How do you make the meals? Well, since you have MyFitnessPal, okay, you're gonna use that to determine how many of these meals do you want to have structured throughout the day? 2, 1, 3, whatever. Figure it out. Once you do, then you want to split up and see how much of the sweet potato or your carb of choice you can have in each meal, how much of your protein of choice you can have in those meals, and that's it. Okay? And then you're simply going to, like an assembly line, batch make each one of those meals. A quick example for myself. I'm aiming to have 3 of these meals per day. Now, this is not all of my calories, but the 3 foundational meals that make up the bulk of my day-to-day nutrition is as follows. 250 grams of sweet potato. So I get the scale, okay? You weigh it out, and you bulk cook all the foods, and you start filling them in. So 250 grams of sweet potato, and I've got, for turkey, 220 grams of turkey, and for chicken, I've got 8 ounces of chicken. So every meal, and for the rice, is 2 cups. So I know all this. It's already in MyFitnessPal. Throughout the day, it's easy to track because it's already set up for you. You simply reach in look at this, I got more in here. You reach in there, boom. I got the meal, I eat it, I stay on track, okay? I lose fat, I build muscle, whatever the goal is. So that is basically how you do this. Now you might be wondering, so how do you fill in the rest of your day? Well, as you may or may not know, if you've been following me, you likely do, the 80-20 principle comes into play here. So all of your foods, these are all nutrient dense, as you can tell, the quote-unquote healthy foods. From here, you have a lot more flexibility. So in my case, I'll have just about 1,000 to 1,500 calories completely left over for me to fill in. That doesn't include breakfast, so I'll have my breakfast shake that I enjoy having. That has a lot of fats in it, so that's how I like to hit my fats. I have walnuts, I like to have mini wheats as a snack, and I'll fill in the other snacks on the go. Maybe a Nutri-Grain bar, maybe a piece of chocolate, or whatever the case may be. So that is where you want to track to make sure you're filling in the rest of your calories. All the foundation is set, and just like that, you're obviously going to test and tweak as you go along throughout the weeks. You're going to get better at knowing how much portions you should be filling in each meal to accurately hit your goals. Remember, if you're trying to buy a meal plan, one thing I can tell you right now is why it's so flawed is because the person giving you the meal plan doesn't know your preferences as much as you do, doesn't know your schedule, doesn't know your calories, doesn't know your lifestyle, all these things, okay? Only you know that. And you might be thinking, yeah, but I don't want to take the time to figure it out. You're going to have to at some point anyways, so you might as well start now. So that is how I go about creating my own meal plans every single week. How I used to create meal plans for others, but don't anymore, so don't ask me, okay? I don't believe in them, they're garbage, throw them out. Make your own, design your own meal plan, lifestyle, diet, whatever you want to call it around you, and this way you'll find sustainable results in the long term. So that's pretty much that. I think I covered a lot of common questions that I get when it comes to just prepping in general, how I do it. By the way, this whole prep, which I like to do every Sunday, takes 2 hours or less. And that's it. That's how you stay on track. That's how you make gains. All right, that's it. It's very simple. Now, there is some time that needs to be applied to the equation. There's trial and error. That's inevitable. Just get started, get to work right now. You'll get that much closer to your goals. Anyways, guys, short, sweet video for you. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you found it helpful. And again, if you're looking to build muscle, same concepts, but you're flipping it into a caloric surplus instead of a deficit. That's it, guys. If you have any questions about this, you'd prefer these styles of videos, or you want to see other specific nutrition or meal plan videos like the ones I have up here, then let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like the video if you did, dislike if you didn't, and so I can roast you, and share with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe because I'm dropping videos every damn week. I'm out.